Vanakkam, Namaste, and a very good day to everyone. I'm Mimuri Migora from Sri Lanka. Today, I have the honor of serving as your host on behalf of the International Association for Quality Education and the Ministry of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka. The International Professional Development Program for Educators is a joint educational initiative by the International Association for Quality Education, the Ministry of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka, and the Department of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka, in collaboration with universities, organizations, schools, and educational leaders from around the globe. First and foremost, I would like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Rashmi Thiagiman, the Sri Lankan Education Ambassador. Before we begin today's session, we wish to acknowledge and honor her invaluable contribution to the success of this International Professional Development Program. It is my great pleasure to welcome our esteemed speaker for today's session, Dr. Neeraj Mohan Puri, Principal, Modern Sandeepani School, Pathankot, CBSE District Training Coordinator and Resource Person, India. He has over 2 decades of experience in education, dedicating his career to nurturing academic excellence. He specializes in strategic planning, team leadership, curriculum development, and relationship management. As a seasoned researcher and CPSC engagement expert, he strives to create sustainable and inspiring environments. He will present a lecture series on transformative leadership and strategic management for quality education. Today, he will begin with his first session on classroom management and soft skills. Dr. Neeraj Mohan Puri, sir, we're delighted to have you here. On behalf of the International Association for Quality Education, the Ministry of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka, the Department of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka, and all our participants, I warmly welcome you to this session. We now invite you to begin your presentation. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such an outstanding and exaggerated introduction. From here, India, I wish all of you wonderful evening. I hope I am clearly audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Right. It is indeed a pleasure for me that I have been again extended an opportunity to interact as well as disseminate some of the information which I carry and to pass on the knowledge with the Sri Lankan educators. I vehemently believe that education is all about transforming the lives, and we as an educator are supposed to touch the lives of the students. And for that, the world is changing at meteor space. It is very essential that all of us keep ourselves abreast, updated with the changing technology, with the changing trends in education, so that we can really deliver and add value to the students. Students, children, they are the nation's future of any nation. So they would be the tomorrow's workforce. So it is very important that education is imparted in right direction. We can instill good values in them and can make them a resourceful and responsible citizens of the nation. So please allow me to start my presentation and please let me know whether the screen is visible. I
Sir,
believe
the
the
screen is
screen is
visible,
visible
sir.
to all.
Yes, yes, sir.
So thank you very much. Now let us formally begin. I would request all the participants to stay active through chat box. I should not, throughout the presentation, feel that I'm only interacting with the screen. And I ensure you that there will be takeaways from today's session. We will try to have it a healthy learning experience for you as well as for me. I will be sharing a lot of real life examples, illustrations to make the things very lucid, very simple, and very clear to all of you. Please make it a point that anything throughout my presentation which is not clear to you, ping me in the chat box so that alongside I can keep on addressing your concerns. If you are investing your time being here in this meeting, try to make maximum, try to acquire maximum so that you can practice it and can incorporate it in your day-to-day life. So, as apprised, I am Neeraj Mohanpuri, a humble educator from India. Today's topic and theme is very appropriate, and this is something which I do it every year whenever a new session starts. And if we have principals with us sitting over here, it is first and foremost responsibility of the principals to conduct an orientation and induction session for all the new teachers as well as old. Classroom management in itself is a very gargantuan and a big term, which includes gamut of activities. In my experience of 2+ decades, I have trained and appointed so many teachers, maybe hundreds. And I have noticed one thing which is very common, that the people, those who are with stellar academic records, sometimes fail to deliver lecture to the best, whereas there are some ordinary teachers with simple academic records. They are fantastic in the classroom. You may have plethora of information, you may have lighthouse of the knowledge, but if the classroom environment and the learners are disconnected, they are not engaged, you fail to transfer your skills to them, then absolutely that lecture is waste. So today in this session, I'll share some of my experiences which I have gained over the period of time, and one by one, we'll be discussing that how you can make your classroom scenario the best, where children are ready to learn and you are able to transfer the knowledge and the skill. So before I start my session, I would love to understand, what do you understand by the term management? Please feel free and always be active in the chat box. You may quickly mention what you understand from the term management as a layman, in journal, or in context to education. What you understand from management. Your quick replies would highly be appreciated. The way a teacher, you as a teacher, when you enter into a classroom, you always expect your student should be highly active, engaged, participative. Similarly, I will be expecting the same. And mind it, there is no wrong reply. So do not feel shy. Take this opportunity that you are being involved in this process. So, what do you understand from management? Okay, Prabhaji is saying systematic manner, then Vamuri is saying each person's skills, give them appropriate responsibilities. Okay, I agree. Management, in other words, thanks for your replies. So we can simply say management is a process that includes several activities. It starts from, first thing is planning. After planning, you have to organize. After organizing, you have to arrange the resources. Then you have to do controlling. After controlling, you have to get the feedback. Then you have to take some kind of remedial measures. And this is a loop, and it keeps on going. So it includes steps and series of activities. So before I will start my presentation formally, one by one, all the points, how a good and effective classroom should look like, and how all of you can become a proficient teachers. So before I start, I would love to know that how many of you want to become the proficient teachers? Those who are willing that, yes, I should be an excellent, amazing teacher, that every child waits for my lecture, please write yes in the chat box. Those who want that, or they feel ki, yes, I want to become the best and an excellent teacher, they must write yes. Great. So this means that all of you want to become an effective, efficient, and favorite teacher. So let me show you and take you through a video. Please watch this video, and then I'll ask you certain questions based on this video. And please let me know whether it is audible or not. Is the voice audible to all of you?
No, sir.
Okay, just a minute. Let me do this setting because it's very good video. It has a deep message. Okay, now please let me know whether it is audible.
दोस्तों, एक बार एक गुरु अपने शिष्य के साथ कहीं
Yes,
से
sir.
गुजर रहे थे।
Right.
चलते चलते वो एक खेत के पास से गुजरे। खेत बहुत अच्छी जगह पर था। वहां की जमीन बहुत उपजाऊ थी, पर उस खेत की हालत देख के लगता था कि उस खेत का मालिक उस पर जरा भी ध्यान नहीं देता है। पूरी तरह से उजाड़ सी हालत थी उस खेत की। खैर, दोनों को बहुत प्यास लगी थी, तो वो खेत के बीच में बने एक टूटे फूटे घर के सामने पहुंचे। दरवाजा खटखटाया। अंदर से एक आदमी निकला। उसके साथ उसकी पत्नी और 3 बच्चे भी थे। सभी फटे पुराने कपड़े पहने हुए थे। गुरु ने पानी मांगा। उस आदमी ने उनको पानी पिलाया। फिर गुरु ने उससे पूछा कि भाई साहब, आपके पास इतना बड़ा खेत है, ना वहां पर कोई फसल है, ना फलों के कोई पेड़ हैं, आखिर आप अपना गुजारा करते कैसे हैं? आदमी ने जवाब दिया, जी हमारे पास एक भैंस है, वो काफी दूध देती है, उसको बेच के कुछ पैसे मिल जाते हैं और बचे दूध का सेवन करके हमारा गुजारा चल जाता है। चूंकि शाम काफी हो गई थी, तो गुरु और शिष्य ने रात को वहीं रुकने का तय कर लिया। आधी रात को जब सब गहरी नींद में सो गए, तब गुरु ने शिष्य को उठाया और कहा कि चलो चलो, हमें अभी यहाँ से निकलना है, पर जाने से पहले हम उस आदमी की भैंस को पहाड़ से गिराकर मार डालेंगे। ऐसा करने का शिष्य का जरा भी मन नहीं था। उसे यह बहुत गलत लगा, पर वो गुरु की बात को टाल नहीं सका। सो वो भैंस को मारकर रातों रात वहां से गायब हो गए। ये बात शिष्य के मन में बैठ गई थी। 10 साल के बाद वो शिष्य एक सफल आदमी बन गया, तो अपनी गलती का पश्चाताप करने के लिए और उस आदमी की मदद करने के लिए अपनी कार से उस खेत के सामने पहुंचा। पर वहां उसने देखा कि उजाड़ खेत एक शानदार फलों के बगीचे में बदल चुका था। टूटे फूटे घर की जगह एक शानदार बंगला खड़ा था। जहां एक अकेली भैंस बंधी होती थी, वहां कई अच्छी नस्ल की गाय और भैंसें बंधी हुई थी। शिष्य ने सोचा कि शायद वो परिवार अपनी जमीन किसी को बेच के कहीं चला गया है, और ये सोचकर वो वापस लौटने लगा, तो उसे खेतों में वही 10 साल पहले वाला आदमी दिखाई दे गया। शिष्य उसके पास पहुंचा, बोला, शायद आपने मुझे पहचाना नहीं, 10 साल पहले मैं आपसे मिला था। फिर वो आदमी बोला, नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, मुझे याद है, आप और आपके गुरु आए थे। उस रात को तो मैं कभी भूल ही नहीं सकता। आप लोग बिना बताए चले गए, पर उस दिन न जाने कैसे हमारी भैंस पहाड़ से नीचे गिर के मर गई। कुछ दिन तो समझ ही नहीं आया कि क्या करें, पर जीने के लिए कुछ तो करना था, सो लकड़ी काट कर बेचने लगा। पैसे आए तो खेत में बुआई कर दी। फसल अच्छी हुई तो उसे बेच के फलों के बगीचे लगा दिए। काम अच्छा चल पड़ा और आज मैं आसपास के 1000 गांवों में सबसे बड़ा फल व्यापारी हूं। शिष्य बोला, ये काम आप पहले भी तो कर सकते थे। तो आदमी बोला, तब जिंदगी बिना मेहनत के गुजर रही थी, कोई रिस्क नहीं था, तो लगा नहीं कि मेरे अंदर इतनी क्षमता है, सो कोशिश ही नहीं की। पर जब भैंस मर गई तो हाथ पांव मारने पड़े और फाइनली मैं यहां तक पहुंच गया। दोस्तों, कई बार हम भी परिस्थितियों के इतने आदी हो जाते हैं कि उसी में जीना शुरू कर देते हैं, चाहे वो कंडीशन कितनी भी बुरी क्यों ना हो। यहाँ तक कि हम अपनी नौकरी से कई बार इतनी नफरत करते हैं, पर फिर भी उसे पकड़े पकड़े जिंदगी बिताने लगते हैं। कई बार नए अवसर के बारे में हम बस इसलिए नहीं सोचते क्योंकि पुराने से हमारा दाल रोटी का खर्चा निकल रहा होता है। हम डरते हैं रिस्क लेने से, और सिर्फ इन्हीं वजहों से हम कभी अपने फुल पोटेंशियल को रियलाइज नहीं कर पाते। हम अपनी क्षमताओं का पूरा उपयोग नहीं कर पाते, जिससे हमारी लाइफ कहीं बेहतर बन सकती है। दोस्तों, सोचिए कहीं आपकी लाइफ में भी कोई ऐसी भैंस तो नहीं है जो आपको एक बेटर लाइफ जीने से रोक रही है। आपने कहीं उस भैंस को बांध के तो नहीं रखा है, और यदि लगे कि ऐसा है तो आगे बढ़िए, हिम्मत करिए और काट के फेंक दीजिए उस रस्सी को जो आपको बांध के रखी हुई है। दोस्तों, आपके पास खोने के लिए सिर्फ वो एक भैंस है, यानी जरा सी चीज, पर पाने के लिए आपके पास सारा जहान है। स्काई इज द लिमिट। मैं शैलेंद्र सिंह, आपका दिन शुभ हो।
So please share in the chat box how was the video, how did you like, and what is the learning from this for you? Be quick. What is your learning from this, and how did you found the video? And after watching this, still you're not participating. That means you also have that buffalo in your life. And you don't want to take risk, you don't want to learn, you don't want to grow, you are happy with the situations you are in. And I really admire and appreciate International Quality Education Association, Kamal Godaji's initiative, your Province Education Ministry, that they have understood and realized the importance of training, continuous development. And my dear teachers, dear friends, you must participate. If you really want to grow in life, it is very important that we bring a change in life. Change is something which is always resisted. We always avoid changes, but change is only one thing which is permanent. So few candidates, they have shown up with their responses. I really
Sir,
appreciate and admire. G.
sir, I'm sorry to disturb, sir. Can you please maybe give a small summary of that because it was in Hindi and
Ah, I
sometimes
see.
we
Say
don't
they
get.
don't understand. Basically, very briefly, this was about a guru, a teacher, and a disciple. They visited a farm. They were very thirsty. They observed that the farm is totally deserted. Nothing is cultivated in it. It's a big barren land. Then they knocked the door of the owner of the land. They asked for a water. He served them water, both of them. They quenched their thirst. And then they asked him some questions. You have such a big land. Why don't you cultivate something, and how you earn your bread and butter, your livelihood? The owner of the land, he simply said that I have one buffalo and we daily fetch milk and we sell milk. We are four members, and with that milk, we are happy with our life. Then the Guruji that night decided that midnight we should throw or we should push that buffalo from the hills. The disciple was very disappointed, but since his Guruji ordered him to do so, so he did that. Then, after pushing the buffalo, which was the only source of income for that farmer and his family, they left that place. After 10 years, that disciple, he again came back. He became very successful, very rich person. He has a guilt in his mind and in his heart that he has pushed the buffalo, and God knows how the family is. So he came back after 10 years to the same village. He saw that there was lot of greenery, lot of apple trees everywhere around. That small hut was converted to a beautiful bungalow. There were so many cows. He thought that maybe the owner of the land has left the place and he has sold his land to someone else, but still he stopped. He interacted with the gentleman there. He said, "Do you remember us?" The owner said, "Yes, I can never forget that night. You and your Guruji came to my home. I served you a water, and then overnight, all of you, surprisingly, you left from the place. But God knows what happened. I had one buffalo, and someone, how or accidentally it has fallen into a valley." Then he said, he had that not happened, I would have not been a prosperous person. After I lost my livelihood, my means of earning bread and butter, I started cutting trees. With that wood, I sold the wood. I purchased, I earned some money. With that money, I started doing my cultivation. From there, my cultivation grown, and now I'm one of the wealthiest and the richest person in the community. So this is how the change has come. So the crux of the story is that in our life also, we resist change. We don't want to take risk. And if you don't take risk, you don't change the or alter the course of your life. You will remain happy. You will remain the way you are. So we all need to break the shell, come out of that cocoon, and try new things. So this was basically the purpose of showing this. Ki may not be you are restricting yourself. You have not unleashed your potential. You have not still realized that how good and great teachers you can become in your life. For that, what you need to do is you need to embrace the change, you need to adapt the technology, and you have to continuously become a lifelong learner. So never stop learning. So this is the first lesson which this video teaches us. Now let's start and understand that what now this is these are certain tips which will make you the best teacher. You can create a very conducive, congenial environment in your classes. This is step by step, one by one, with examples. I will explain you. Since I have never been to Sri Lanka, I do not know what kind of education structure exists there, but more or less, there will be classrooms. You may have some digital classrooms, flat panels. Some classes may be chalkboard classes, some may be using marker boards, and the students may be still following textbooks, or maybe they will be some schools which are high tech, their children may be bringing tablets or maybe laptops. But ultimately, the environment of classrooms remains the same. Now, first and foremost thing is about attendance. So the moment as a class teacher you step into your class, first thing is that you should always step into the class with a beautiful smile on your face. Never enter the classroom with the frown face where you look irritated, where you look annoyed. The moment you step into the class, pass a wonderful smile and do wish all the students. Do not wait that students wish you. Rather, there is no harm that you give them or greet them with a beautiful smile and you wish them. So, this is the first and foremost thing which every teacher should do the moment they step into the classroom to set the tone of the day. Second thing, if you are a class teacher, then it is your prime duty to mark the attendance. So, whatever procedure of attendance you are following in your country, in your school, either you will be having registers manually you will be taking, or you will be taking attendance on some application or through some ERP. So this is very important aspect which every teacher need to do. Normally, it has been noticed that while taking attendance, 4 to 5 minutes are wasted. Now, how you can utilize that 4 to 5 minutes alongside taking attendance, I'll give you certain tips. If I have 30 students in my classroom and I have to read out the names of all 30, alongside, I can call one child and can tell him, in the meantime, I'm taking attendance, you should start conducting dodging for the class, or you just recite that table of anything 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 15. Or you may tell the child to write 10 words on the board, 10 words what he has learned yesterday. Now, two things are happening side by side. One, you are conducting attendance, and at the same time, that 4 to 5 or 2 to 3 minutes, you utilized it optimally. This is the first step. Once you are done with the attendance, then very important thing is to label the white or green board or blackboard or the panel, whatever you are using to teach the students. So may I know in the chat box, what is the common mode of teaching? Like, are you people guys using blackboards, green boards, whiteboards, or panels? Please apprise me in the chat box. What are you using in the classroom? Whiteboards. Okay. So either you are using whiteboards, as I said, maybe green color boards, marker boards, or There are flat panels, touch panels also these days. So it is very pertinent that every teacher should label few things. Number one, date. Throughout the day, date should be mentioned on the board. Now it's your management. You want to use it left side of the board or you want to put it on the right side of the board. Purely up to you, but date should be there throughout the day for all the lectures. Next, you must mention on the board the strength of the classroom. Very simple, total present and total absent. That's it. No need to do the grand total. Anyone can understand it. So if suppose there is a visitor in your class, all of a sudden your principal comes into your class, there is a parents visit in the classroom. In your class, how many total present, how many total absent? So they will get a gist of the strength of the classroom. Then next, it is very essential that every teacher mentions the subject they are going to teach and the topic or the name and number of chapter. Let us say if I am teaching accountancy, so I must write accountancy. If it is a mathematics period, social science teacher period, so write the subject hyphen name of the chapter. These are very small things, but really they leave an impact, and your classroom looks very organized, and it gives an idea that teacher is a seasoned and experienced teacher. Now comes, there are various ways of teaching the topic. For an instance, if I am a mathematics teacher and I today wanted to start algebra, now there are different approaches of teaching. An ordinary teacher will simply write algebra, will tell the meaning, and start directly solving sums. If you are a great teacher and you want to inspire the children, then whatever subject you are teaching, you should always make children understand the meaning of the chapter. Either it is a social science chapter, it is a Hindi chapter, it is about force, friction, magnetism, any subject it may be, whatever is the name of the chapter, you should decode it. You should always explain the meaning of the chapter, and to generate interest of the students, you must tell the children how this chapter can be connected with the real life. This will make children curious, and this will bind the attention of the student to listen and pay attention towards the chapter. Many a time teachers fail to do so. They simply label the chapter and then they start off. When you have conveyed the students ki what is the relevance of this chapter with your real life, how algebra going to you are going to use in your real life, how friction, how force, how partnership, how national income, or like how you're if you're talking about any home, you are discussing about any grammar topic, how this can be connected with your real life, the children will be very attentive in the classroom. They will not miss your lecture. So this is how briefly you should start up with your topic. Write the name of topic, then introduce about the topic. Then afterwards, you tell its relevance in your real life. Next thing, what you teacher need to do upon is you have to write the learning objectives. Whatever education policy you are following, in India, we follow an education policy where it clearly highlights and emphasizes on learning objectives. Like if we talk about today when we are taking this session, so what are the outcomes of this? All this 90 plus people or 100 plus people, those who are attending this lecture today, when this lecture will be over, what takeaways are there for them? What they are going to learn? What knowledge they are going to acquire from this? So that in one word can be put up as learning outcomes or learning objectives. So this should also be labeled on a board. For an example, if you are teaching, let us say, any topic, you should mention one or two learning objectives. It can be that child will be able to understand the formula. Child will be able to describe something. Child will be able to compare the civilizations. The child will be able to describe. Child will be able to analyze. Child will be able to draw. If a computer teacher is teaching Python or teaching Scratch card, so their learning objective can be the child will be able to write a program. So this is the outcome of that lecture. Maybe one pointer or 2 points, but learning outcomes must be mentioned before starting your chapter. Now you should start your topic and the chapter. When we start our chapter, any subject it may be, because I'm sure there will be teachers from different domains, from languages, from major subjects, from uh, array of subjects, whatever you are teaching. So when you start your topic, I always recommend my teachers that teachers should never do reading. It should always be done by the students. You as a teacher, you are competent, you are capable, you are proficient in your subject, you have done mastery. Still, it may be math, science, it may be social science, it may be Hindi, English, whatever languages you offer. May I quickly know what are the general subjects you teach to the students in the chat box? What are the general subjects which you teach up to grade 10th? Because from 10th onwards, maybe there will be specialization. So you will have some languages, you do teach some social science, science, something of that sort, mathematics. I will appreciate if the replies are fast so that we can timely conclude the session and you don't feel bored. Any classes, maybe primary wing, middle wing. So what are the major subjects? Like here we do have mathematics, social science, or we call it social studies. Yes, science, maths, some languages. Great. So do you have social study, history, civics, geography, something of that sort also? Fine. So these subjects, which our teachers are teaching, so it is always the teacher should make the child, means your teaching should be child centric. It should not be teacher centric. Teacher is only a facilitator where you are only in the classroom to do the overall supervision to make children engaged, connected, and active learners. It is necessary that you tell them to read. So now there can be two, three different strategies. Strategy one is that teacher make every student in the classroom read any subject it may be, small paragraphs, and the same child who reads small paragraph, not full chapter. Let's say 30 students are in your class, your period is of 40 minutes, give 2 minutes or 3 minutes to as many children possible to read it. Let it be small paragraphs. I am the first one to read. After reading, either I should be told to comprehend it, to explain what is the meaning of that paragraph, or I have read, then someone else in the classroom should be told that you will explain what Neeraj has read it. This can be two different strategies in your class. When you are making children read, never make them read in a serial order, because that way child remains, no, their mind gets programmed. Turn wise chance will come. Then rest of the students who are sitting in column third, column fourth, or the last benchers, they'll become lazy. They will ignore the lecture. They will think that my turn will not come. Always randomly make children stand from anywhere in the class, no proper order. So this way, every child in the class would be very agile, will be very active, that my turn can come anytime. So I'm again repeating, there are two strategies to make your session very interactive, very engaging. Number one, the child who is reading small paragraph, he should only explain it, or you make one child read, his partner explain the thing. So in this way, every child will in the class will be very attentive and they will listen carefully. There's a difference in listening and hearing. If you are conscious and paying attention, then it's listening happening. Otherwise, it's just hearing that someone is speaking, some sounds are coming, but mentally you are lost somewhere. Physically, you are in the classroom. So there's a difference in hearing and listening. Once this is done, now when this process is happening, teacher should continuously keep taking rounds in the classroom. I have noticed that sometimes teachers, they are in habit that they to their lecture dais or near the board. They don't take a round in the class. If principals are in this meeting, I will strongly recommend the principals that either through cameras, through your coordinators, or whenever you go for a round, make sure that teachers are taking round in the classes. They should not have chair in the classroom. They should not stick to the lecture dais or just stand full 30 to 40 minutes uh, s- near their writing board or near the panel or near the whiteboard. Because some teachers are having a very bad habit that entire lecture they will not visit the class. Even when you have solved one sum or two sum on the board, you are dictating them some answers. Keep on continuously taking round in the classroom. It has multiple benefits. Number one, you can easily supervise that whether every child is maintaining notes or not. These days, children are very smart. They use lot of tricks to bluff and befool the teacher. They will be taking a rough copy and just scribbling, and teacher who is not taking round will imagine or will have an idea that he's making notes, but the child will not be. He may be drawing tattoo, he may be doing drawing in the classroom, or he may be just simply writing, playing some game. So when a teacher is continuously taking in the rounds in the class during the lecture, you can supervise, you can ensure that children are maintaining notes. You can even see that whether they are making notes in a neat and clean and proper fashion and order the way you want them to do, whether they are writing in a neat and legible handwriting. So two things are happening simultaneously. One, your classroom management is happening. Second, you are ensuring students are making notes, and even neatness, cleanliness, tidiness, as well as notes completion you are ensuring. See the multiple benefits which you will have, because if your children are not maintaining notes, their notes will become pending. In parent teacher meeting, you will get lot of complaints. Kiji, my child's notes are not maintained. Then that from that school, parents also get annoyed and the school loses the admission, and it adversely impacts the academic performance of the child if he is not maintaining notes. See, all these benefits just by continuously taking round. And on a lighter note, you remain physically fit also, you stay healthy, and you burn a lot of your calories while taking rounds. Next is make sure that you use fair copy, wrong practice to note down in the rough copy. Sometimes, some teachers they advise their students, especially numerical subjects, maybe mathematics or physics, accountancy, wherever numericals are there. Teachers they tell children ki you in the classroom you take notes on rough copy, go home and then make your do your work fair. Or suppose you are dictating notes of science or language, and we say to students ki now you note down in rough copy, go home and then you do fair. So this is wastage of time according to me. See, the practices can vary. Whatever is my experience, it's not necessary that you also will be experiencing same. It is not that you have to religiously follow whatever I'm saying. I'm sharing some of the best practices. What out of these appeals your system, you adopt it. Whatever you feel is irrelevant, or you are already doing it, or you feel it is not practically possible, you may leave it, because it varies from institution to institution, person to person, and leader to leader. This is my point of view that at home we should do additional practice, because if I am doing the classwork at home, that means I'm wasting my time. That period of 30, 40 minutes in the classroom, I have made notes of five subjects in rough copy. When the child will reach home, how much time child will have? He has to play, he has to spend leisure time, he has to spend his quality time at home, he should cultivate some hobbies at home. This is why children do not, their work most of the time remains incomplete. Their notebooks are not maintained and they are not academically good. At home, they should do additional work, they should do more assignments, they should do more practice rather than going home and completing the classwork. So I recommend that school's work should be done in school. At home, they should be given additional assignments. At home, they should go and learn the notes and then practice it in a rough copy after learning it, so that their learning, their understanding becomes better, rather than ki they go home and there they are completing the classwork. That's wastage of time and duplication of work. What would happen in the classroom? At the max, cutting will be there. Slowly, steadily, mind will get programmed. They will become competent and less mistakes will happen. Because Rome was not built in a day. If today you are teachers, so you have spent so many years to master that particular subject. So it is the same. When you will start training the children, start drilling them, ki, yes, it is to be done in the school, in the classroom, in that same period. Initially, maybe handwriting is wrong. Initially, they will write wrong spellings. There are chances that they'll do a lot of cutting, but slowly, steadily, by the end of 1 year, 1.5 year, they will become experts. And then you can find the difference. Next, very important again is the method of teaching. Repetition. If what is your observation? Have you noticed that the children at kindergarten level, that is nursery, LKG, UKG, then we have another level which is primary level, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have middle wing and secondary wing. Where do you feel out of all these four ranges, where do you feel that learning is fast? Or where do you think that retention is more? Where do you think that participation is more? Either it is at kindergarten level, primary level, middle level, or senior level. I want this reply in chat box. We have so many teachers and principals here. So please share your inputs, which stage you feel that children are active in learning, whether it is kindergarten or it is, yes, exactly. I'm happy that some are active, they are listening carefully. Even I am of the same opinion that the students in kindergarten and up to primary level, their learning speed is fast, they retain information for long period of time, and they reproduce it whenever you want. And the more they become, grow up, they become seniors, they go to middle wing or they reach the secondary, senior secondary wing, 9, 10th, 11, 12, their learning graph becomes slow. Why? Because in kindergarten, there is a technique of teaching where we make children repeat behind us. We have a recitation, storytelling, repetition method. So whatever teacher spells, it makes whole class spell behind them. Believe me, I teach 12th class accountancy subject. I have taught them business studies. I've taught them economics also. Still, I teach, being a principal also. I still make children repeat behind me. If I give them any definition, if I dictate any formula, if I solve sums any step, I tell all of them to repeat behind me. Then I move to second step or third step. What happens is the more children become mature and they start growing up, teachers start assuming कि नहीं जी, we should not make them repeat because this is a kindergarten level method of teaching where it's absolutely a fault of a teacher. When you are making entire class repeat behind you, the full class is attentive, they are active, they are enjoying, and even this you can ensure कि जी all are busy, they are involved. So go for the repetition method. Make, like, even if maths teacher is teaching any mathematics sum, so you don't solve the sum on your own. You tell students one by one, okay, first student, what is the first step? Suppose you have written a linear equation. Linear equation is 2x plus 10 is equal to x minus 5. This equation you have written on board. Now tell any one of the child randomly in a class, okay, you tell me what will be the next step. So the child will tell you either correct step or wrong. If he tells you incorrect, then you correct the child. So it is 2x, then transpose from right hand side x to the left hand side. It will become minus x equals to what was left hand side, stay constant value, shift it to the right side. So then ask another child, what is the next step, then next step, then next step. This is how in mathematics you can do it. And if you are teaching any other subject, you can make the children repeat behind you important definitions, important terms. Let the whole class recite behind you. Second is decision making. So when we say decision making, be wise, take initiatives. What I mean by decision making is, as a teachers, at times we become very careless. We have to be the role models. Whichever institution you work, we all should be acting as the responsible teachers, and we should make sure that all the resources which your management has provided you are fully utilized. Two things: neither they should be underutilized or not they should be exploited. Now, what I mean, sometimes when your lecture gets over, we all the students they leave the class. Teacher may also leave the class. We will see that fan, light, electrical appliances, or your panel, if it is there, they all are still operational, that they are still on. No one takes the account of it. ठीक है जी, it's management's electricity. This is how you have to teach even these small values. You need to guide students that resources belongs to a nation. So you should not waste the resources. These things are inculcated at a very tender age. So you should take note of this. You should direct children to switch off fans, switch off light, arrange your classroom, arrange your tables, arrange your chairs, make it pick up the pages if you have torn. So the class should be spick and span before you leave. Next important thing to become a great teacher and to have an efficient classroom management is understanding. Many a time it happens that teachers have some pre-notions or they have prejudgment about a child or his behavior. Let us say in a class of 30, there is one of the student who has misbehaved or disobeyed Miss Ruhi. She is a teacher in a classroom. So, or the child has not completed the notes. Now, whenever child commits any mistake, normally teachers make it a practice that they go and discuss the entire episode with all the colleagues. Now, from here, what starts happening is every teacher starts targeting that child. The teachers start labeling the child. We should never label the child as duffer, not good for anything. You cannot do anything in your life. You will never be successful. These are some of the labels which we give to the child. So you do not understand that how deep impact it has on the personality, on the psychology and mental health of the child. So refrain yourself from labeling the child, and at the same time, if there has been a you can say unpleasant experience in the classroom, there has been some controversy of yours with any child, or you have noticed some unhealthy practice a child is following, rather than going and discussing and spreading it in the whole campus, you should address it if you feel you are competent to resolve it. If you feel you are not competent, then you should address it to the coordinator or to your principal rather than spreading it in the air and spoiling the reputation of the child. When, as a colleague, you go and narrate the episode with your colleagues, every teacher who teaches him or even not teaching that child will start pointing, will start disliking, will start targeting that child. This makes a child a criminal. And you don't know, due to your immaturity, due to your one wrong action, you are spoiling the future, the career of a child. So I strongly advise you on this. Ki, dear teachers, please shun this practice. Anytime it happens that sometimes you may have a bad experience, the child may be disobedient, child may not have scored good marks, but please do not go and discuss with your colleagues. Indirectly, you may seek some assistance from the teachers, from experienced teachers. Ki, in my classroom, there is a particular child. Don't name the child. But yes, you can simply say, Kiji, I'm not able to manage the child. He's nowhere completing his homework, or he's not showing up in the school regularly. He skips my classroom. What remedial measures I should take? So that is a way which is appreciable. But if you take the name of the child, you disclose the name of the child, ki so and so has misbehaved with me, then that child will become a victim and target. So medium of instruction as a teachers, whatever is recommended in your school, whether it is Sri Lanka, whatever your native language is there, or suppose English is a common medium of instruction, try, because teachers have to be the role models and they have to lead by example. If we ourselves are not following the instructions, the code of conduct, the protocols of the school, you cannot expect that the children should. Because children will not do what you say, they will do what they will see, what they notice. And they notice they are great observers, they're keen observers. Encourage truth in your class, reward rather than reprimanding the students who speak truth. You should build such a confidence in the students in your classroom that they should always speak truth. Let us say, for an instance, you have given a test. I have not completed or not learned my test. So rather than I cheat and pass, there should be such a strong relationship between teacher and student. The student should not be scared of telling truth and sharing the fact with you that, ma'am, yesterday there was a marriage function. I could not attend. I was to attend and I could not learn. Or suppose my work is pending. You have given me an assignment to do. You have assigned me some homework. I could not finish it. You should, I should be having so much trust in my teacher that I can come to the school with unfinished work and then have guts and have faith that I can reveal the truth. Ki ma'am, there was some celebration in our home or with family I went somewhere or whatever. Maybe I was not keeping good health, so I have not done my work. So you should appreciate that child in the class rather than scolding, getting annoyed, punishing him. Because if we punish the child for telling the truth, full class will lie with you. So what is happening? We are making the children liars due to our nature, due to our poor management skills. Ensure that you also speak truth and reward the students, appreciate them, admire them if they speak truth. So tell the children in the classroom very clearly, whatever the reason is there that you are not performing, it may be health, it may be family conditions, it may be social commitments, it may be your any personal commitments, you should always tell truth what may happen. So this is a culture which we need to develop, and it will not be developed in one day, in 1 month, or in 1 year. It may take 2 years, it may take 3 years, but it can be developed provided every teacher is having that kind of a mindset. Moving on to the next point, often it has been seen these days we are having a lot of digital content. We have smart classes, we have videos, we have animated content. So, do you also teach your students with animated content? Please tell yes, no in the chat box. Do you have some animated content with you? Please be quick. So, do you have some digital content, some animated content, which is, we call as smart classrooms, we call as digital content where you show videos of YouTube or videos or something. Yes, right. Thank you. So it has been observed that even teachers, they do not know how to use smart class. See, there is a difference in theater, a cinema hall, and a classroom. There is a way how the smart and digital content is to be taught to the children. Normally, an ordinary teacher will go to the class, will plug it on, will play the content, sit on a chair, or just stand near the dais, and total 30 minutes or 40 minutes. What is the normal duration of your classroom? Please write in the chat box. What is an ideal length of your one period? 40 minutes. Okay, great. Thank you. So I assume it ideally in most of the schools you are following 35 minutes or 40 or 45 minutes lecture period. So it will be normally this much. So during that span, the teacher will just play the content and stand at one place. Now it becomes a theater. It is just like you are watching movie. And teacher also feels ki chalo ji, my one period is over and I've shown the content. That is absolutely waste of the period. Rarely any knowledge would have been gained. Most of the children, their span of attention is short. Initially, when this concept was introduced, children were having a lot of curiosity because it was new thing. So they were very attentive. But now all the children, they are used to, they have adopted this technology. So what happens is after 5 minutes or after 10 minutes, there has to be a logical pause. Now, what logical pause means that while playing that content, after 5 to 10 minutes, never more than 10 minutes, continuously content should be played. You should take a pause, stop it or pause it, and then involve children. Ask them what you understood in this last 10 minutes of the video, or put some questions based on what content has been shown in 10 minutes. Again, play for 10 minutes, then again take a pause, again recheck the learning, ask questions to the students. So ask questions to the children. This way, this is the exact and appropriate way of teaching in the smart class. So then learning will happen, children will be attentive, and they will be very actively listening, and side by side you can also test the understanding or the knowledge which the child has gained. Next important point is about respect and courtesy. I believe that students must be respected. These days the relationship of the teachers and students, they are spoiling a lot. The children, they have started disrespecting, ignoring the teachers because of their nature. Because the teachers do not extend empathy, compassion, and they do not respect. It is said that respect begets respect. If you will give respect, you will get respect in return. So when you enter into a classroom, anywhere in the corridor, you find the children, give them a smile. Many a times, children, they wish you, they greet you, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. And some teachers, they don't even nod their head. They do not revert back, okay, thank you, good morning to you, how are you? So whenever a child greets you, you should always revert. It could be anything. You may greet, you may reply on the same thing back. Okay, good morning, namaskar. Okay, how are you doing? How was your day? Thank you very much. Or just simply nod or just smile so that the child feels the teacher is extending a courtesy, a respect. If in your class you find a child is not feeling well, you notice that one of the child is wearing a crepe bandage. He is having a bandage on his finger, or he is having a mark on his forehead. You should, as a sympathy, ask him what happened. How did you get hurt? These are very minute things, but you do not know its repercussions. The children, they will respect you. They will admire you. They'll have a love with you. So these really help you in earning respect for yourself. And then children will always respect you in reciprocation. As earlier said, a classroom is a waste if there is no engagement of the children. So see how you can connect in your every lecture, how you can involve the children. I've already given you several tips how you can keep the students engaged in any of the periods. It may be take logical pauses, make children learn, make children read, let them repeat behind you, let them call them on the board, whiteboard or green board, tell them to solve certain things, tell them to write something. This is how you can every day This is not to be done one single day. This has to be done every day. Then focus on all. This is something which not every teacher is doing. Whereas this is very, very important. See, for every parent, their child is special. And all of us love our own children. We should have a philosophy in the school, no child left behind or opportunity for all. So whatever you teach, when many a times it's seen that when teacher has taught a topic, they ask some question and only few students they raise their hand. Time and again, there will be few students who are intelligent children, they will always raise their hand. And all the teachers, they always involve these children. They will always ask these children. There will be some children who are very introvert, very shy. Who will take care of them? Are their parents not paying the fees? Are they not the national resources? Who is responsible for their failure? It's we. It's we, our approach, our mentality, our poor strategy. If child is weak in studies, maybe that neurologically the child is disabled to some extent, but it was our poor mechanism, our poor classroom management that we have not pushed that child. As I said, every child in the classroom should be given chance to read. If you as a teacher should know ki this chapter is to be finished in 2 days, and I have to make sure that every child gets a chance to read, maybe read 2 lines, 4 lines, or maybe he has not read, he has given the explanation. So one way or the other way, you have to involve every child in the classroom. So pay attention to every child, that no one is left behind in any form. So this means that you have to pay attention and focus on every child. Do you follow diaries for the homework? What is the mechanism in with you people? How do you assign homework when you have given homework to a children? So do they write in a diary, or you send it through application or through WhatsApp, through ERP? What is the process or mechanism? So can anyone share? I understand that you are giving homework, but how the homework is dictated, whether the children note down in the diaries, they have some diary, or they have some application like WhatsApp or school application, or through mail, through message to the parents. Do they SRB means? Okay. So some are sending through WhatsApp, some may have diaries. So mixed it is. If in case we have diaries, so diary checking is again important. Many a time students have not, now the principals and coordinators, if they are in this meeting, it is very important point for you as an administrator to ensure that if diary entry is being done by the child, so it is done in an appropriate way. Sometimes children have not written the complete instruction given by the teacher. So it is said that little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Now, teacher has given a homework, tomorrow test. So do you think this is a complete statement? Let us say I am a mathematics teacher and tomorrow I finish the chapter today. Tomorrow I want to conduct a test. And in diary, I have just given a note to the children that tomorrow test will be conducted. So please tell me through chat box, do you think this is complete information, or this was appropriate, or this was sufficient? Yes or no? Please don't be lazy. So do you think that this much information was sufficient? If there is a language teacher of English or Hindi, or say whatever language, national language you do have, teacher has finished the chapter and teacher has just told tomorrow test, or tomorrow there will be a written test, or just tomorrow there will be a test. Do you think this is a complete information? Yes or no? Some of you have written yes also. So I was surprised. If that means you are also in that category teacher, This is absolutely incomplete. Hello. मैम मैं एक सेशन ले रहा हूँ श्रीलंकन टीचर्स के लिए. Once I'll be free, I'll call you back. I'm in a virtual meeting. Uh, I'm taking a lecture. I'll call you back. Maybe 15-20 minutes more. So this is incomplete information. See, there could be oral tests, there can be written tests, there can be quiz. So first you need to clarify it. So it is that how succinct and how complete information you're sending to the parents. If the parents are educated parents, they will always object on this. If it is a language, it's a literature, there could be true false, there can be fill-ups, there can be definitions, there can be word meanings, there can be short question answers, there can be long question answers, there can be diagrams. So any chapter will have multiple things. So you need to be very specific and precise while giving instruction, whether there will be a complete chapters test, or there will be only test for objective question answers, or it will be an oral test, it will be pen paper test. So complete instruction has to be given in a diary. So this is the relevance. So I have elaborated in detail that how diary entry should be done, and teacher need to check it. If you really want your institution to be the best institution, you want that the teacher, you should be a best teacher, you should be recognized for your work, then this is very important instruction for all of you. Then there are some students, now these days, even the parents are concerned with the bag load also. The children these days are becoming physically weak. You all will agree with me. And their bag load is increasing. So they may have multiple books for language, grammar book, workbook, literature book, similarly, multiple books for which everyday period is not there. So the teacher, where multiple books they're teaching, they have practical notebook, they have theory notebook. So they must give one clear instruction to the students to contain the backload. So these all are part of your classroom management. It's not a small domain. Maybe these were the things you would have uh, not noticed, or you notice you have never taken any attention to it. So if you have multiple books, you need to send instructions to the children, either announce in the classroom or through WhatsApp or through diary entry. You should send a message to the parents that tomorrow they have to bring grammar book, or 3 days we will study grammar, or 3 days we will study literature or workbook. So give clear instructions so that the backload of the child is contained and no complaint comes to the principal or the management or the administration that the bags are very heavy. Self introspection, every individual should do their self introspection. Means you should do self assessment, give report card to you every day or weekly, that in this week how nicely you delivered the lectures, what you did plan, were you able to fulfill that or not, if there were shortcomings, why they were there, if your class was noisy, why your class is noisy, if students are unorganized, why they are unorganized. So this way you should do your self introspection. Have you rewarded the children? Are your children doing good or not? Are you learning something new or not? Are you changing your methods of teaching or not? So this way you should do lot of self introspection. This will make you a better version, and rather the best version of yourself. And you will progress by leaps and bounds. There are some immature acts which teachers also do. Though I should not point this out, because teachers are very respectable figures. No, but at times teacher also commits some mistakes. As I said just sometimes ago, that teacher starts spreading the informations about the children. If in case the child has misbehaved, so please do not point and poke the child time and again. We should be adults. We should be more mature. We should not keep on scratching, or we should not keep on digging the past episodes. If once one particular child has misbehaved with you, he has apologized for that, forget about that incident. We should act maturely. And as a grown up adults, You cannot come to the level of the children who is just 10 years, 12 years, or 14 years, and we all are 25 or 30 years plus. We have to grow up. Another thing which I dislike, that when you are teaching, this is your physical postures. Your teacher should not put hands in the pockets. If you are teaching wearing blazer or coat, better your coat buttons are closed. This is how you physically appear. And teachers should avoid sitting in the classes on the chairs. Sometimes I have noticed that teachers even sit on the desk. Their lecture dies. They just take the support and they sit on that. That's so bad posture. And this is, we are teaching children these bad habits accidentally, unknowingly. They're noticing you that how teacher is standing, how teacher talks to us, how teacher enters in the classroom. What is your dressing sense really leaves an impact. It's not that dress is not to be paid attention. What kind of footwears you are wearing, whether they are broken. Sometimes teachers, I'm sorry to say, sometimes teachers even do not polish their shoes. Their slippers, they go into the school with slippers. How you are dressed up also matters a lot. Even you are wearing kurta pajama, that's fine, but it should be stainless free. Should not have some kind of stains and marks, and it is badly crushed. You are not combed properly, and your language is dirty. Oh, these are various things which become part and parcel of your classroom management. Your dressing sense is important. When you address students, how is your body language? How many gestures you use? Are you having eye contact with the children or not? Are you addressing children with the nicknames? Teacher should never call a child by a nickname, because then you bridge that gap of teacher and a friend. Most of the time, we all have our nicknames, and in schools, children they address each other by their Yankee, fancy, or nicknames. And teachers are aware about that. If you are also calling the child by the nickname, so that reflects bad impression. The child will stop considering you as a teacher. They'll start treating you like a friend, and then they will never execute your authority. Very conducive, congenial, healthy environment and culture you need to create in a classroom. And in your personal life, you should try to manage work and life balance. When you go home, do not carry your pending work at home. When you come to school, please do not bring your family worries. Do not bring your tension of home to the school. When you will start mixing and you're not able to strike balance between your work life and your personal life, so you will be ruining your career. You would be spoiling the culture of the school, and you will be doing disaster in your classroom. So wherever possible, teachers, they should have a flexible and growth mindset. As I said, flexible and growth mindset means you should not be adamant and strict. Yes, as a teacher, if I've said something, so that's a law of land. No, it will not be changed. Sometimes you borrow the opinion of children. We should respect the diversity. We should also accept children point of view also. If it is not that you have dictated the answer, so exactly point to point that only child should write. Encourage children to frame their own answers. If they are giving their own point of view for something, involve them into decision making. So this way you can have a very healthy culture, can will have very healthy classroom environment. Students should be made sit on rotation basis. If possible, daily rotate the seats. If not, after 3 days, at least once in a week, so there has to be a rotation. It should not be fixed places are given to the children. Every child sitting on the last should be getting a chance to sit on first seat also. So rotation of the seats is very, very important. Whatever language, you have to promote that language in your, even the teachers, I've seen sometime teachers, they have clash with each other, they argue with each other. So openly in corridors, if there is a point of difference among the teachers, they should not argue in front of students or in the classroom, because this is how the children, they're smart, they understand that these two teachers do not have a good equation. Then they will start playing with you, they will start no, politics even. Sometimes the students of grade 10th, 11th, 12th, when they notice that these two teachers are not on talking term, So they start playing with your feelings, your emotions. They will try to provoke and, involve the teachers into more conflicts. Avoid that the students during your period, they unduly go for drinking water or restroom. And even in the classroom, if the students are allowed to bring water bottles, they want to drink water, they should seek your permission. And during the class, neither you should leave the class or nor the children should be allowed to leave the class. These all are some of the important tips of the classroom management. Whenever you enter, now this is a practice which you should inculcate among students, your colleagues. Whenever you enter any other colleague's classroom or you enter principal's office, do not just bang into the room. Always knock it. You are requested and advised that if you do have any mobiles, so whatever is the policy practice, whether you're allowed to use mobiles or not, but we discourage that the children, teachers, I correct that the teachers should be allowed to take mobile in the classrooms. So they should not, very judicially it should be used. So stick to the class timetable. Your class timetable should be given to all the students. It should always be pasted in the classroom also. Copy checking is something very, very prominent. Most of the time, the teachers, they do not check the copies regularly. They have a practice or they overlook the mistakes. They put very, very big ticks. Gone were the days when we were being taught as the children. So teachers used to mark such a big tick. And sometimes if child has done a mistake, they'll put such a big circle or full page is made red. Or sometimes some teachers put full big cross. So these are outdated techniques. Now, if in case you find the content put up by the child is not appropriate, he has done some mistake, it should be small underline rather than putting such a big circle or putting such a big cross. And even when we are checking randomly, we keep on putting the big, big tick marks. That shows your casual attitude that the copy checking has not been done sincerely, just put the tick marks. So there has to be small tick marks on one page. And that also, imagine like you can see my screen. Now on my screen, someone has put so many lines. At present, I think you all can see. So it's looking very untidy. Similarly, some teachers, they put such a big tick on the content written by the child. Avoid that. Wherever you find space, it could be on top, on left side, on right side, between the lines, you can see between these 2 points, there is a space. So wherever there is an empty space, blank space, there you should put small ticks. Just one or two tick. If child has done something complete wrong, don't strike the full page. Just put two small red marks, cross marks. So these are, again, I'll say, this really work as wonder. And some of the teaching techniques, tests. Normally, teachers they conduct only pen and paper test. So whenever your chapter gets over, doing revision is important. Give extra assignments to the children, and revision can be done through several ways. You can conduct quiz, you can even tell children to prepare presentation. You can tell child to deliver a lecture. You can even tell a child that, okay, now chapter is over. You have understood everything. Tomorrow there will be role play. So assign one topic to different children. And next day, let them come and demonstrate in the class. Let children deliver the lecture. So these are few techniques if the teacher are mathematics teacher, so they can make the partition of the board. There you can call different students and same time you can give them 4 5 sums, different students. So there are several ways in which you can conduct the revision or recapitulation rather than always conducting pen and paper written test. Homework schedule, even I strongly recommend that homework schedule should be there. We should not overburden these days children. How is possible that child who reaches back at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, then we give five written homework, or they have three written tests every next day? So there has to be a test roster. Maximum one written test on one day. There should be a given day when which day which test will be conducting. It should be fixed. Similarly, which teachers of which subject will give written homework. So not more than two homework daily you should assign to a child, which he has to do at home. Because after school, we need to push the child to cultivate skills, to learn new hobbies. So it's not that at home, at school, always it will be study, study, study. We don't want to make them uh, just bookworms. One more good practice which you people can do, you can make number of class representatives. We want the children to become leaders. And that leadership is an acquired behavior. It's a trait, it's a quality which we learn. It is not genetically within us. So we can make two or three kind of classroom monitors and every month rotate it. We rotate monitors every month. We have one health hygiene monitor, we have one resource monitor, one class representative boy, one class representative girl. So that way you can create two, three positions in your classroom and every month change it. So this gives a proud privilege and honor to a child to become a leader, to serve as a leader. And these are some lifetime memories. So with this last video, we will wrap it up. If you have any doubts, any queries, you please feel free to ask. Just watch this video again. It has a deep meaning and a lesson. Please let me know whether the voice is audible. Watch it very carefully.
I had to share this video with you because when I started watching it, my inspires you to do this, to share it with all of your friends.
That's it from my end. So please try to understand you all are very powerful. You are doing a wonderful job. You are the nation builders. Try to understand your parts. Try to understand that what you can do in your life. You can really do miracles, but for that, you have to keep learning. You have to keep putting your best foot forward and just believe in yourself. Do not listen what others say. Everything is here. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Thank you very much. In case you want to ask anything, please feel free. So with this, we come to an end of this session.
Yes, thank you so much. So it was a very informative session. And now we got a clearly understood how to manage the classroom. So like from tomorrow itself, we are going to implement what you have said to us. It was a very good, insightful session, sir. Thank you so much.
I would still request all of you that you should not shy. Remember that last video, the world will always try to pull you down, but you need to believe in yourself. Yes, I can do. Be unstoppable. Nothing, can stop you from progressing in life other than you yourself. So you should not hold these situations responsible for where you are today. So anything which is holding you back from rising in life, from becoming progressive, from becoming rich, from becoming influential, it's just you, no one else. You should never miss such opportunities, such platforms. Wherever you get a chance to speak, just speak bindas. No one is assessing you. Don't be scared and afraid what will happen. So many people are there in the meeting. I may say something wrong. Forget everything. Just unmute and speak whatever comes to your mind, because if it is not today, then it is never.
Uh, Thank you, sir. The lecture was very interesting and clear, and I appreciate your guidance and learned a lot for you. Thank you, sir.
Other
Sir, thank
teachers?
you very much. And you have guided us to the way how we have to manage our classroom, and as a teacher, what are responsible to understand the psychology of the students, the way how we guide the students to inculcate the environment of the classroom, and how the we have to cope the students and the teacher in a certain manner. So I think it's very inspirable as a teacher how we manage the classroom, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
So the teacher who goes to the class with a smiling face is really very inspiring. Yes, the whole day the child will be really active and be pleasurable, and the child will be able to be attentive to the lesson. I think it's very significant, remarkable point that you told us, sir. Because if the child is frustrated in the whole day, the whole 40 minutes or the 2 periods, so the lesson will not go to the child. Therefore, the teacher must be really with a smiling face. That's very remarkable. Thank you very much for that, sir.
One more thing, that try you appreciate every day in every lecture at least one student. You make a day. Any child who is appreciated, you just take a case. Suppose in the morning itself, your principal appreciated you. Mr. X, you are looking handsome. Your teaching is very good. Children like you, love you. So you will become so enthusiastic. Your zeal would improve. Same is the case with the children. We all want that we should be loved, appreciated, admired. So make sure that in every period, at least one child you appreciate. That would strengthen your bond with the children.
Thank you very much for delivering such a valuable and informative session, sir. The knowledge you shared was extremely insightful and helped us to understand that subject more clearly. Your explanations with real life examples and teaching approach made the session truly meaningful. So we sincerely appreciate the time and your effort invested in preparing and conducting this session. Thank you once again for your guidance and support. As much as we should thank for International Association for Quality Education and Mr. Janaka Angoda and our province secretary and everyone from the Sri Lanka also. Thank you everyone for these sessions. Thank you.
Namaskar, all of you. God bless you. Keep on making your best contribution. Feel free to reach out to me. You can have my contact number from Kamal Goda sir, my mail ID also. For anything, anywhere, anytime I can help you, I would be more than happy. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you, Kamal Goda sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And good day to all the administrators.
chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.